Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for having me. Next slide, please. Our vision for Mixteresting is to be the standard software how in future new and more eco-friendly concrete and building materials will be found. Next slide, please. And as you probably all know, we're using a huge amount of concrete every year. Slide, please. And it's a growing market. As you all probably know, a huge market. Slide, please. And of course, there are some issues with CO2 in the concrete industry. Next slide, please. But as you all know, you are aware of it, and there is huge effort to tackle this challenge. And next slide, please. The 10 biggest companies in the sector are investing 1.5 billion every year to optimize the structure, to optimize the concrete formulas. Next slide. But that's one of the biggest issues. Finding new concrete mixtures is really time consuming and expensive. Next slide. Why? Because literally the process in finding new mixtures is done by hand. According to McKinsey, it's one of the least digitized industries in the world, but changing fast. And next slide. That's one of our solutions. Our solution, Mixteresting, is helping the industry finding more efficient concrete mixes faster. How will we do it? We developed our own algorithms. We have developed our own artificial intelligence to help you gain faster and speed up the development of new formulas of concrete. Next slide. What can we do for the industry? We can either optimize existing mixtures through optimization, or can find completely new material with completely new ingredients through our optimization, our AI software. Next slide, please. The typical customers of our software are universities, researchers who are researching in building new concrete materials. Of course, the big growing market of 3D printing of concrete, big construction companies, and as you all know, if you're producing concrete and cement, these are our typical customers. Next slide. So what can we, how can we help? We help through new formulation with less CO2. We help with new robust mixtures. That means the mixtures can withhold all the norms. And probably if you have some crazy ideas to really inject something new into the system, I say that the software can handle everything. If you can test it, you can put it into the system. Next slide. So we did some tests ourselves. We had two major concrete types I want to show you. One is wood fiber concrete, whereas we put 25% of recycled wood into it, and with 35 megapascal, not inflammable and still pourable. This was our first guess and try. Next slide. This is the cone, the test cone after it broke. You see the fibers in it. Next slide. And one interesting mixture in our point of view is a UHPC with air in train. So it's normally something which is not going fit well together. But we did it, and we did it with 30% recycled aggregates of old UHPC, and we had a compressive strength north of 120 megapascal. So it was really huge success for our software. Next slide, please. Yes, that's the cone where you see the air entrained. Next slide. And what we found out is that with our software, we can really validate the new mixtures 10 times faster than before. We took 3 months to find the new concrete with the wood, and I think 2.5 months to find the UHPC with recycled materials. And next slide, of course, if you're 10 times faster, you save 90% of the cost in the development cycle, and you're really faster to market with your new products. Next slide. The software is sold after the service. You can you can take any license if you want. We charge 500 euros per license per customer. And it turned out, next slide, that some customers want to develop special concrete mixtures. Then we have let's say a milestone payment system with 20% of the gained results, which we charge, but only if there is success. Next slide, please. The team is with a strong technical background from the universities in Austria. We have our sales head is Erwin Platze. He was head of Lafarge Austria many years ago, so he's helping us to gain share into the market. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes, so we are new to the market this year. We have a good track record with 3 to 4 potential customers which are paying right now, and really big companies. Next slide, please. That's our road so far. We raised a seed round in December 2020. We started now with the commercialization. Strabag is one of the biggest companies we can mention, probably know, one of the biggest Austrian building companies. And right now we're going to the market and launching the product. Next slide, please. Yeah, that's from my side. Thank you very much for your attention. I will be in the chat room for questions, and don't hesitate to contact me. I'm really curious which use cases you want to solve with our software. Thank you very much.